Thailand is known for anything. It is the fact that you can get just about anything your heart desires here, as long as you're willing to pay for it. And kids, I have to admit that after being here for 5 full months, I am no longer ashamed to admit that I am willing to pay for it at this point. Why, hello there! Now that I have your undivided attention, let me explain to you what I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm actually talking about getting vaccinated here in Thailand as a foreigner, specifically on Phuket Island as a foreigner. I'll be honest with you though, if I could pay for it, I really would, because this has been one hell of a frustrating experience. Let me walk you through just how miserable it has been to try and just get registered. Forget about getting the vaccine, because I don't have the vaccine yet and I have no idea when I'm going to get it. But I am finally registered, thank God. And it has been one of the most frustrating experiences of my life. Again, I'll be honest with you, I wish I could pay for it. Come to think of it, if I paid for the other thing, that would be a whole lot funner than what I'm going through. It really would be, I'm quite sure of it. Oh, dear God, you're not going to believe this. Let me walk you through just how crazy this experience has been. To fully explain this whole situation to you, I actually have to go back about 7 or 8 weeks ago, because it was then that I was told by a local person that they heard a rumor that the government was going to start allowing people like myself who are here on the long-term visas. I'm not on a work permit, obviously. I'm not on a retirement visa, nor am I on an education visa. Those 3 visas, at first, you could qualify, no problem at all, get registered for the vaccine. It was simple and easy. However, foreigners like myself that are here just as tourists, we couldn't apply for it until about 7 or 8 weeks ago. The system opened up. So, how do you do it? Nobody had any idea. I checked with everyone, went to the local embassy, called the Canadian consulate, they had no idea, and finally I was told to go to immigration. So I hopped on my bike and I took what I like to call the death tour through Hell Valley and drove from here to Phuket town, which is scary as shit, let me tell you. And to make matters worse, every time I go to immigration, it rains. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know who's watching, but every freaking time I have to go to immigration, it rains. And the rains here, they call them tropical rainstorms for a reason, kids, okay? Trust me. Anyways, I get to immigration. Immigration tells me that I have to fill out this website information on this thing called Phuket Win. Kind of a cute little name, you know, Phuket Win, haha. Anyways, that's all they told me. Sent me on my way. So that was my first trip to immigration. So I come home, open up this website, and I say, okay, that's not so bad. I got to put my address in. I put my address in. Put my information in, put my phone number in, put my passport in. And they told me that I would get a text message within a couple of days telling me when my appointment would be. Well, I never got a text message. I never got anything. So back to immigration I go, and they tell me, well, you just have to really check the website every day. And I did that for 6 full weeks. Been to immigration twice now about this, and for 6 whole weeks I check and check and check and check and check. Nothing. Just says pending approval, pending approval. Back on the bike, through Death Valley I go, back over to immigration. And this time I find someone who's a little bit more knowledgeable about things, and he tells me that, oh no, the reason you're not being approved is because you do not have a registered address. And then he proceeds to ask me, how am I living in Thailand and coming to immigration without a registered address? How did I get my visa extended before? And I'm like, I don't know, it just happened. Anyways, tells me I gotta get a registered address. So I leave where I'm living and get an actual house so that I have a registered address. However, the owner didn't register me like he was supposed to. He's supposed to register me 24 hours after I check in. Nobody I have rented from has registered me at all. Otherwise, I'd be in the system. So, I go back to immigration. Not once, not twice, but 3 times just to register my address. I actually get turned away runtime because my paperwork was, I thought it was slightly damp. He thought it was absolutely soaked. And why? Torrential downpours, tropical rainstorm, hyper rains as I like to call them, every time I go over there. 3 times it took me in one day. And it's like a half an hour drive from where I live to immigration. And it is scary as hell because I'm pretty sure they're intentionally trying to kill me every time I get on my bike and go that way. I finally got registered for it. Thank God for that, okay? However, sadly enough, guess what? All of the appointments are fully booked and they have no idea when I will get an appointment for the vaccine. Which is why, at this point, I would be willing to pay for it. I wish I could pay for it. I would be happy to pay for it. I really wouldn't care what it costs. True story. So at the end of the day, the most important thing is, yes, you can be vaccinated on the island of Phuket as a foreigner. You can also eat soup with a fork if you wanted to. Shoot hoops with a medicine ball. None of them are easy, none of them are fun, and they're all frustrating as hell. And this experience has been unbelievably frustrating. It is what it is, I guess. So listen guys, I don't know if this did you any good or not. Probably not, to be honest with you, but hopefully it was entertaining for you. If you liked it, hit the subscribe button. If not, I'm sorry I wasted about 6 minutes of your life. Until next time, guys, get living your best life possible. If you're not living it today, find out what you need to do to get living your best life, because again, you only get one, and I don't want to see you waste it, especially wasting 6 weeks on a vaccination list that you weren't even registered for properly like I did. That 6 weeks, I'm never going to get that back. Now, granted, I spend it in paradise, but still, that's a significant portion of what's left of my life. But I at least lived my best life during those 6 weeks, I can promise you that much, and I didn't have to pay for it. Until next time, kids, cheers.